Imagine spending months planning the perfect getaway, only to have it unravel within the first few hours at sea. You think you've done everything right, booked the cruise early, packed your bags, even read a few travel blogs, but there's a silent set of mistakes that cruise lines hope you never discover. Mistakes that can turn a dream vacation into a logistical nightmare. Now, let me ask you, have you ever wondered what the biggest traps are that most vacationers fall into without even realizing it? It starts the moment you step onto the ship. Many travelers assume that a cruise is a one-size-fits-all experience. You walk past the towering decks, the shimmering pools, the endless buffet options, feeling invincible. But here's where it gets interesting. The truth is, the way you navigate these early hours sets the tone for your entire trip. One tiny misstep, something as simple as failing to check your embarkation times or not understanding how the daily schedule works, can leave you missing shore excursions or scrambling for dinner, reservations. And this is where most people get it wrong. They underestimate the importance of planning around peak activity times. You see, cruise ships are designed to optimize flow, not necessarily your comfort. Pools fill up at predictable hours, shows sell out quickly, and dining rooms often have hidden peak times that only experienced cruisers know to avoid. But what happens next changes everything. By observing subtle patterns, like when lines form at elevators, or which restaurants see sudden crowds, you can dodge frustration and actually enjoy your first day without stress. Now, let's talk about your cabin. Many passengers treat it like just another hotel room, but the reality is more complex. Cabins vary not just in size but in location, noise level, and even vibration. Booking without this knowledge can result in sleepless nights or waking up to engine rumble you weren't expecting. And yet, this mistake is surprisingly common. People often choose based on cost alone, assuming the interior room is just as good as an ocean view suite. But seasoned cruisers know that location matters more than a few dollars. Midship cabins, for example, are typically quieter and smoother, while cabins at the front or rear of the ship experience more motion. Make the wrong choice, and seasickness might ruin more than just your first day. It can haunt your entire trip. But here's the kicker. Many travelers fail to understand the hidden fees and onboard charges. You see the price advertised and feel confident, but the reality is that extras, drinks, specialty dining, Wi-Fi, and even some activities add up faster than anyone anticipates. Cruise lines bank on this oversight, and it's one of the reasons why your first excursion might feel like a financial surprise. If you don't plan, you're essentially paying more for the same experience others enjoy for less. And while we're talking about finances, timing plays a crucial role too. Choosing the wrong itinerary or season can drastically impact your experience. Crowds, weather, and even wildlife sightings can make or break what you thought would be a picture-perfect vacation. One miscalculation, and suddenly, that scenic shore you dreamed of is packed with tourists, or worse, closed due to seasonal conditions. But that's just the beginning. Dining mishaps, overlooked safety rules, forgotten documentation. These all quietly erode your vacation. Each mistake on its own seems small, almost trivial, but stacked together, they're like a domino effect. And this is precisely why cruise lines prefer that you don't know the full list. Understanding the psychology of how passengers respond to these inconveniences is key. Panic, stress, and disappointment aren't just personal. They ripple across the ship, affecting the experience for everyone, which is why management often counts on these little oversights to maintain smooth operations. Then there's the allure of excursions. The temptation to overbook, to say yes to everything, can leave you exhausted before the ship even departs from its first port. But what happens next can surprise you. Missing a carefully timed departure or underestimating travel time on land can create a chain reaction of stress. Experienced travelers plan smart, leaving buffer periods between activities, and they know when to prioritize relaxation over constant adventure. Yet most people don't, and it's one of the most overlooked mistakes that can sabotage a trip. So, as you can see, the first part of understanding these vacation-killing errors isn't about doing too much or too little. It's about knowing where hidden pitfalls lie, anticipating them, and making decisions that maximize enjoyment while minimizing frustration. By the end of this, you'll not only know what to avoid, but also gain insights that most first-time cruisers never consider. Now let's dive even deeper, because if you think the biggest mistakes end at planning and logistics, think again. One of the most subtle yet impactful errors involves how you interact with the crew and other passengers. Cruise ships are micro-ecosystems. Social dynamics, etiquette, and even body language play critical roles in the quality of your experience. Being unaware of this can lead to awkward interactions, misunderstandings, and missed opportunities for insider tips that seasoned travelers enjoy. Here's where it gets interesting. The crew often gives away information in casual conversations, like the best time to hit the buffet or which deck offers the best sunset view, but only attentive passengers pick up on it. Then there's the temptation of onboard shopping and entertainment packages. Many travelers fall for the glossy brochures and clever marketing pitches, thinking they're getting the best deal. But experienced cruisers know that some offers are intentionally designed to entice impulsive spending. This is why knowing how to research and plan ahead is essential. Ignoring this advice can turn a few hours of indulgence into a surprisingly expensive regret. Another critical error is overestimating your stamina. Cruises offer more than anyone can realistically do in a day. The mistake most people make is trying to see everything, attend every show, and eat at every specialty restaurant. And here's the irony. By trying to maximize the experience, they often enjoy it less. Fatigue, irritability, and decision fatigue quietly chip away at what should be a joyful vacation. But pacing yourself strategically, not too fast, not too slow, can transform the experience entirely. You'll find hidden nooks of serenity, uncrowded pools, and quieter decks where you can actually savor the moment. And let's not forget digital reliance. Smartphones and apps can be lifesavers, but overdependence is a subtle trap. Some cruisers spend more time tracking schedules and notifications than actually experiencing the environment around them. The psychological impact is surprising. By focusing too much on digital prompts, they miss organic, spontaneous moments that make a cruise memorable. Experienced travelers strike a balance, using technology to enhance rather than dominate their journey. One of the most overlooked pitfalls involves personal habits. Sleep patterns, hydration, and movement on board are crucial. Ships have a rhythm, and your body can either sync with it or suffer. Early risers who wander the deck at sunrise often enjoy tranquility and less crowded experiences. Night owls risk exhaustion and longer waits at breakfast. Knowing your own rhythms and aligning them with ship schedules is a secret many fail to grasp. Then comes the unexpected, emergencies or delays. Weather changes, mechanical issues, or port modifications can disrupt your plans. The mistake most passengers make is reacting emotionally rather than strategically. Remaining calm, staying informed, and having contingency plans allows you to turn potential frustrations into opportunities for unique experiences. Those who panic miss out. Those who adapt create stories worth telling. And finally, one of the most impactful yet invisible mistakes, failing to mentally prepare for the vacation. Expectation management is critical. Too many travelers build a mental image of perfection, and when reality doesn't align, disappointment overshadows enjoyment. But those who embrace flexibility, anticipate hiccups, and focus on moments they can control experience joy in ways that cruise lines quietly encourage through subtle design and schedule orchestration. So, by now, it should be clear why these 13 mistakes, ranging from planning missteps and cabin choices to social dynamics, personal habits, and mental framing, can quietly destroy a vacation if left unchecked. Avoiding them doesn't require extreme effort, it just requires awareness and a strategic mindset. The next time you step on a cruise, you'll have a toolkit of insights that most travelers never see coming. Remember, the difference between an unforgettable cruise and a regrettable one isn't luck, it's knowledge. And now, the real question is, will you sail prepared or let these mistakes chart your course? Before we wrap up, here's one final thought. Share in the comments which mistake you've fallen for before, or which one you're most determined to avoid on your next voyage. Trust me, others are eager to learn from your experience.